Hi, I am Lisa Turner from Psychademy. We are a spiritual and consciousness awakening organization specializing in training professional coaches, therapists, and practitioners and healers. Today, I want to talk to you about the idea of forgiveness, and I want to talk to you about it from a spiritual perspective. So forgiveness comes from this idea that somebody did something bad to you in the past, and then you need to forgive them for all the wrongs and the ills that they did you. Now, if we look at the fundamental sort of assumptions that are made in this idea and compare that with some of the kind of typical spiritual philosophies. So the fundamental assumption in the idea of forgiveness is that somebody could harm you, and that's why you need to forgive them. If we look at pretty much all empowering spiritual philosophies, they have this idea that you are source, you are divine, you are an infinite soul that is part of God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you are an infinite soul, what could possibly damage you? If you are an aspect of the divine, what could possibly harm you? Well, kind of nothing, because that's kind of the definition of source, is that it's infinitely powerful and unharmable and immutable and undamageable. So if we look at this idea of forgiveness, what this presupposes is that you can be damaged, that you could be a victim, that you could be weak, and that suggests that you're not divine. So what if we look at the idea of forgiveness from the aspect that we are divine? What could there ever be to forgive? Now, this in no way means that you don't get to choose the kind of experience you have, and that if someone's treating you in a way that you don't like, then you have a choice. You can either tell them and ask them to stop it, or choose not to be around that person. You have an absolute right to choose your experience. But the idea that somebody could damage your soul and therefore you need to forgive them, that's fundamentally disempowering. So I want you to imagine a world where you are divine, where you know you are divine, where everyone knows they're divine. Not only do you not need to forgive anyone, but here's the really, really cool part. You don't even need to forgive yourself. See, I work from the principle that I believe that everyone is fundamentally doing the best they can. That doesn't mean that we won't maybe make a mistake and accidentally, unintentionally offend or hurt someone's feelings. And, we might want to apologize for that, but there's no need to forgive, because as an aspect of the divine, they're infinite and undamageable. You're infinite and undamageable. You just go, hey, cool, we created an interesting experience there. So imagine a world where we all knew that we are divine and that nothing could fundamentally, permanently ever damage or hurt us. Now, if you do have experiences from your past, which as you think about them now, still cause negative emotions, then either you've got unresolved, unreleased negative emotions or some kind of limiting belief. And we can absolutely release that with our technology, our psycho-spiritual technology called Conscious Emotional Transformation, SET. And one of the cool things about SET is it makes it really easy to forgive. In fact, it makes forgiveness unnecessary, because as soon as you release that emotion, it's like, what was that all about? That was just a fun experience. So imagine a world where you know and everyone knows that they are divine and that our souls cannot be damaged. How does that work? Let me know what you think. Bye for now.